Centre for London is partly about bringing together different parts of this great city who often don't really speak to each other. And I really wanted to do an annual event where we got business leaders, councils, GLA, civic groups together just to talk about how you meet the sort of challenges and build new opportunities that we have in this extraordinary city. Because actually, cities really are not just run by government. Cities are run by networks, by different groups, and they need to talk to each other.
Well, GCI began with the North American cities quite correctly, but the ambition of the initiative is to be global. So we've begun with North America, and today at this conference, in partnership with the Centre for London, we've begun to address not just London's future as a global city, but the whole of the European system of cities and their role in globalization.
London is a true global city, and through its culture and diversity and human capital and investment and location, it has been obviously one of the great global cities. To maintain that, it has to continue to really engage with the emerging markets and the emerging economies.
Why are Brazil and India and China and so many other cities rising so rapidly? Because the world is urbanizing.
London should be in the center of a network of world cities, which São Paulo should have an active role. Lessons from London are important for all world cities.
So if you take mass times speed, you get the momentum. So we are seeing 1,000 times the momentum on the global economy.
Competitiveness is a major driver of what we do in London. We always like to see what New York and Paris are doing and other places.
The world is becoming an increasingly competitive place. It's very important that cities understand what their intrinsic values are.
In my experience, one of the main challenges we face in Poznan is building social capital. Because trying to catch up with global world, that means developing very fast.
Since we're talking about cities, what it involves is getting citizens to come together and say this is the kind of service they want in their neighborhood or in their area.
And what we've tried to do when Mayor Bloomberg took office was really re-empower our principals at the school level to be in charge of their schools and not have the bureaucracy be the top-down manager.
You try to make everybody look holistically at the issue and not just education or housing or economic development. It has to be a holistic approach.
We need to give a good standard of living for people in the cities and in the rural communities, and to convince those living in different areas, politicians representing people from different areas, for them to support the city.
Don't try to be the same as everyone else. Draw down in your roots, draw down into your culture, find out who you are, and do it on purpose.
For me, it was an extraordinarily rich discussion. Increasingly important that we see the rest of the world as an asset, not as a liability. And when it comes to sort of globalization, we have to think much more internationally and reach out not just to other cities and networks in our own nations, but abroad. Thank you.